بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. I've actually received a question about the three-part series I had on the expansion of the universe, and it was a Muslim brother who asked me an important question, and I thought that I should answer him. And what he writes is, he says, Assalamu alaikum brothers, I was working on a project about the Quran and the expansion of the heavens. I found the series from this institute and found it helpful. But brother, I'm looking for one more professional piece of advice before my thesis is close to completion. Someone said that musi' is the active participle of the stem for. For those who know, it's a form for verb, as he's rightfully pointed out. And it says, and to derive its tense, we must see the context. And in this ayah, the verb is in the past tense. So if you look at it, it says وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا, and the heavens we constructed it. Banayna is a past tense verb. And what he's saying is that this atf, or this conjunction, is joining the second part, should also be referred to in the past tense, or to make the tense of musi' more clear and accurate. So he wants me to explain musi'un and its actual tense. And as he said, this noun is derived from the form for verb, which is awsa'a. So in the past tense, it would be awsa'a, and then yusi'u would be the present tense, and then musi'un would be the active participle. One doing this action is called a musi'. And then we have una, which is the plural, and that's the plural of majesty that is used in the verse. Now this is going to require a bit of morphology, so for those who I'll try to be as clear as possible for those who might not know this, and then we'll explain some things inshallah. So in front of us we have the verb awsa'a, the past tense. Awsa'a, one of its meanings, means to expand something or to make something vaster. And as I showed you in the video series, it has a few other meanings, such as to encompass something, also to provide the means of livelihood. Awsa'a means he expanded. Yusi'u means he is expanding, so the present tense. And then musi' is the one who is doing this action. So musi' is actually a noun derived from these verbs and denotes one who does this action. I'll give you an example of this. We have, for example, the following verbs. So we have allama, which means he taught. This is the past tense. Then we have the present tense, yu'allimu, he is teaching. Then we have the active participle, as most people who are studying Arabic would know, means a teacher, mu'allim. Now, to be a teacher, you don't just teach once, meaning if you carry out this action once or twice, you don't become a mu'allim, do you? No, you don't. It requires years of studying, years of getting the knowledge, years of teaching, until you become a student teacher, and then you slowly progress to becoming a teacher. So this actually takes quite some time to get there. Now, if I asked you, what's the tense of the active participle? There is no tense. It denotes a state. Similarly, musi' which is the active participle, denotes a state. So somebody who engages in expanding, somebody who engages in encompassing, somebody who engages in providing for the creation. Allah used the ism, the active participle, to note the quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, one other point I want to mention, and this is quite important, is we have another verb that this could have been derived from, which is wassa'a. With the shadda, wassa'a, yuwassi'u and muwassi'. So it could have been, instead of inna lamusi'un, inna lamuwassi'un. And they're both transitive. However, there is a slight difference. Is that this form, which is the same form as allama, so you notice there's the shadda, they're actually a form 2, which is actually a more intensive form than the form 4. Form 2 denotes something happening with a lot of emphasis, a lot of what's known as mubalagha, and it actually denotes effort. Musi', and we have the other active participle, the form 2, which is it's muwassi'un. So muwassi' is somebody who is, it's a more of an intense action and requires more effort. So by using musi'un, it denotes the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you notice the verse, it's talking about the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there's emphasis there. So musi'un denotes how easy it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to carry out this, while muwassi'un would have indicated more difficulty. The actual, even the form of the verb chosen was to perfection. Just a concluding remark, and the point is, although the Quran mentions scientific phenomenon that we've only recently discovered today, however, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions this fact is actually quite remarkable as well. Because the Quran doesn't say that the heavens are expanding. It mentions Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning, using the plural of majesty in the first person, plural, that it is we who are its expander, as if to say, this is something that you will discover, and when you discover it, know for sure that it is we, in the plural of majesty, it is we who are doing this. So that's just the final point there I wanted to mention. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.